Nothing now 'cause I'm living it out. Lose my way when there's no one else around. Lost cold-blooded, I'm shredding, yeah. I'm a shower with diamonds. Took the rules, I feel like you. I can't sleep, I feel like dying. Wide awake without a clue. You ready?
Ladies and gentlemen.
What do I got that I do not think about? Nothing now 'cause I'm living it out. Lose my way when there's no one else around. Walls go plated, I'm trading. I'ma shower me with diamonds up the walls. I feel like you, I can't sleep, I feel like dying. Wide awake without a clue. You feel it, quit faking it, so you feel it. You breathe. I'ma shower me with diamonds. I can't sleep, I feel like dying. What do I want from a shadow on the ground? Nothing now 'cause I figure it out. Lose my way when the darkness comes around. Walls go plated, I'm fading, yeah. I'ma shower me with diamonds up the walls. I feel like you, I can't sleep, I feel like dying. I can't sleep, I feel like dying.
What's up, guys? I'm literally chewing in the mic. Hold on. I'm trying out some new things here. I don't know if it's my fault or not, but no one showed up, which I think is my fault because I don't think I texted anybody. But we did talk about it coming. A lot of things happened this week, and a lot of things happened prior to this week that we didn't talk about. A lot of that is, Tom Brady's saga. He's finally left the Patriots, and we finally get to figure out the age-old question. Was the Patriots' success from when Tom Brady took over till now, just like 9 Super Bowls, 5 or successfully won, is it Belichick or is it Brady? I personally think it's Belichick, and I think it's no question. Tell me if I tried out. I've been trying to do a lot of different things. So if you can't hear me, let me know. Also, if you look in right now, oh shit, there it went. Okay, down there, right here. You can call in at any time during the show. Don't know how successfully it will work, but it's there. Just call that number. I'll attempt to figure it out. I don't once again, just like when I used to do the show, I had a whole crew. I had like a producer type guy, Chris, Allison was remote, so I didn't have to change scenes. All I had to do is focus on or attempting to pay attention and have a conversation with somebody. Now I'm trying to do it all, and I already suck at having a conversation, so it's like a shit show. But yeah, if you want to talk about anything, literally anything, it's backwards here. There or there. There you go. Call that number. I'm kind of curious. I did like a dry run for like 13 seconds earlier. I was like, okay, I can hear myself. I look like Robert De Niro when I did it. Anyway, okay, so there's a big dynamic going. Drew Brees got signed with the Saints. Tom Brady got signed with the Bucs. It means that two of the GOATs going to be playing twice a year. For a year probably, but it is what it is. It's going to be crazy football season if it happens. Do y'all think it happens? Yeah, you had these people. The Olympic dude, hold on. I got to figure out the dude's name. Well, I know his name, but I got to figure out what he is. IOC. Oh, shit. What did I just do? Okay. IOC. Head. Office. All right. So IOC. Shit. That is not what I was thinking. Leader of the IOC. Where is he at? Having Olympics postponed. Boom. Long-time IOC member. Okay. So look at this dude. Anytime y'all complain about having a shit name, look at this dude. Actually, he chooses to be this, have this shit even name. His real name's Richard, but he goes by Dick. And here it is. Oh shit. Where was that? All right, I'm just testing things right now until I get feedback on if it's working or not. Can y'all hear me? I'm literally Dick. Okay, look at Dick Pound. I saw that they canceled some Olympic shit, which I don't understand why they're canceling stuff so fast. It's like down the road. Like, oh, we're gonna cancel all of school for the rest. A lot of states canceled for the rest of the year, which I kind of understand. Because they come back, they're gonna have like half a month, and we all know you don't do shit for a whole month when you're there because you got the exam. But what if it just miraculously just disappears? And then it's like, oh shit! Now we got a bunch of kids that are supposed to be in school that aren't in school. Parents are able to go back to work now. How are they going to pay for daycare? My boy Wiley knows what's up. The guy I work with, pretty much, I think every day. He complains about paying for daycare. That's like it's gonna kill him one day. Basically, it's like all he talks about and all he complains about. I'm on this screen. All right, there I am. All right, can you hear me? Everybody hear me? I can get started. Get this shit over with. A lot of things happen. Someone tell me who's watching that could tell me. Josh Box, can you hear me? Sandy Fontenot, John Stone, David John Stone, Chelsea Pennington. All y'all shout out. Scott Laurent, what's up, my guy? Priscilla, can you hear me? You can hear me good. Does that sound all right? I had to change a bunch of shit, so I don't know if it's all the same or not. Because on mine, I guess I'm coming in okay. Give me one more confirmation. It's not that I don't trust you, Priscilla. I just want one more before I get halfway in a conversation. Someone says, you suck. Okay, cool. Sounds great. That's better. Okay. All right. Let's get into this. Welcome. It's me again. Hello. It's me. Okay, so by the end of this month, well, that was the original plan. Then this fucking pandemic came through and kind of threw that wrench. At the end of the month, I was going to have a new place, have a new studio, rebrand, get into podcasts, have a new crew, have a studio, have the whole kip and caboodle, if that's a saying. I don't know if it's a saying. If it's not, it is now. And that might be postponed, considering, in fact, the entire world's postponed for the time being. That being said, there's a video. It's called "We Are Living in the 12 Monkeys." Ignore the title. It's kind of a, don't be scared away by it. But it's by Truth Stream Media. It's a woman and her husband. They do a great job. It'll make you think. But you have to go into it with an open mind and just listen, basically. You know, it's a little edgy and conspiratorial, but you learn a lot, especially about the coronavirus. All right, so let's get into this coronavirus business, considering the fact that's literally the only thing on people's minds nowadays because they're locked inside a damn basement all by themselves. How stir crazy is it? You see all these celebrities sitting there boo-hooing, I just don't know what to do, you know, I'm sitting in my multi-million-dollar mansion with a personal chef that cooks for me, and I'm sure they. Never mind. I'm not even gonna go there. You like my Joe Biden moment? Have y'all seen the cringeworthy freaking last interview he just had? Lord Jesus. Hold on. 20 million cell phones, China. All right, so in the initial wave of coronavirus news, when China was just started getting hit with it hard, I found a bunch of, I can't tell you my source, it's partly illegal, but anyway, so I found this thing where people were trying to leak out and say, hey, our government's lying, it's a lot more serious than you think, more people are dying, they're literally welding people into their buildings that are affected to quarantine them. They've even had 2 apartment complexes just burned to the ground. They're like, oh shit, sorry. Anyway, so here is the first headline after the dust settles that really put things home, and it's right here. This is a oh shit, get out of here. China's mobile carriers lose 21 million users as virus bites. China's wireless carriers are reported drops in users as the coronavirus crisis cuts business activity, with China Mobile Ltd, the world's largest carrier, reporting in the first net decline since starting to report monthly data in 2000. China Mobile subscriptions fell by more than 8 million over January and February. Data on the company's website show China Unicorn Hong Kong Ltd subscribers fell by 7.8 in the period, while China Telecom Corp has said it lost 5.6 million users last month. The rare industry-wide slump in subscribers show the pandemic crisis that first emerged in China late last year is crippling growth even at businesses that provide essential services and earn monthly revenue. So, there is 21 million cell phone users just vanished. Did you stop paying? Like, how's that work? Or is okay? I admit 21 million is steep. All right, I guess I can't even fathom, because what were we at the on coronavirus totals here? I think we were at 20-something deaths, 20-something thousand deaths worldwide. I don't have my guys here, so I don't care. You're just gonna deal with my stuff. I've been so secluded, dude. Is it okay when y'all been like isolated or kind of like secluded towards, talking stuff? Are y'all like socially awkward? Dude, me, I sit alone for like 8 hours and I'm just weird. Well, I'm weird anyway, but you know what I mean. It gets worse. All right, hold on. It's coronavirus stats, I guess. Sounds like I'm looking at the fucking baseball card. I guess whatever. This will work. All right, yeah, 21,199 deaths, 468,855 worldwide were infected, 114,218 recovered. Okay, so 21 million steep. Like, I don't care if they have 4 trillion people. That's steep, by God. But what I don't understand is Italy. Italy's getting like hammered, bro. I'm waiting for people to talk. How many of the 21 million were elderly? Okay, how many were elderly in the 21 million? Who knows? One, we don't know. It's a communist regime that doesn't really tell us shit. So, but here's the kicker. So people that were like not really edgy with the whole conspiracy thing, they'll be like, well, I could see how they could have that would have been man-made virus for population control because they're under the assumption that overpopulation is China's population crisis, but it's not. They have a population crisis, but it's the opposite kind of. So we all know that they had their regulations on the amount of children people could have or keep for the longest time. Well, initially, when you can only have one, you want to keep your name going. What are you going to do? Keep a boy. Well, they ran into a crisis where they had a homosexual crisis where there's too many males, so they waved that out. Like, all right, just do what you want. Just don't be a dick about it, basically. So then, through just societal norms and kind of what's going on now with with homosexuality, transgenderism, just people not wanting to have kids, combined with the one kid thing, their whatever market is to hit where the old generation is replaced by the young generation, the gap is it's so wide. They're whatever mark that is to where like, okay, they can't replenish it, drop by like 10, 15 years and like this. It's like 2023, they'll hit that mark and they'll be like, so why? I don't understand why they would create a virus that would solely target the elderly if they can't replenish it. Or I just kind of answered my own question. Or they did it now because 2023 is the year when that couldn't happen. So they did it now so it wouldn't have happened. That's a thought. That is a thought. Or, so I still can't wrap my mind around why it was created or who created or who. It's safe to say some super virus don't just pop up. Or is it the deep state last attempt at screwing Trump? What, Josh? You weirdo. You alt-right conspiracy theorist. That's crazy. That's a crazy theory. Maybe. Maybe not. What? How long have we been doing this? It's been weeks, right? How long have we been knowing this? A long time. How many times have we... Trump's on TV every day for about 90 minutes talking about updates with the virus and how we're short medical supplies. We literally don't have any masks. And then he signs the executive order for emergency military emergency aid or whatever. And then out of nowhere, Facebook's, hey, shit, we forgot, dude. We had 700,000 masks. Could y'all use them? Yes. What the hell? It was March 23rd. March 23rd before Facebook just found these 700,000 masks. Like, oh shit. I understand, like when you're asking for something, like with my chapstick, I always leave chapstick everywhere, but then I always find them all together. Yeah, that's like 4 chapsticks. 700,000 masks. Like, oh yeah, I haven't used that garage in a long time. 700,000. Like what? WTF? Why now? Why right before Trump goes, we will go kicking down doors finding masks, do they go, oh, well, we have these masks. Why were they keeping them in the first place? Don't know. Then today, Apple, so if you search Apple 10 million masks, right, you'll see countless articles, and they all strategically put this. Tim Cook says Apple is sourcing 10 million masks. Apple announces donating 10 million masks. Sourced 10 million masks. Sourced 10 million. Sourced. Maybe because they felt the backlash from Facebook saying, oh, where the hell did you get these masks from? But they sourced it. So apparently Apple has better connections and better resources than the U.S. government, which has unlimited budget. or do they're just sitting on them because they're trying to have mass chaos and make Trump look like a dumbass. However, when you look at the media and you have all these people like, oh, Trump, like Biden, we need you to step up because Trump's really dropping the ball in this coronavirus coverage, whatever. But then you look at the numbers and the polls, and his approval rating's going up. But it's Biden. Have y'all watched his last? I know I brought it up earlier. Control Shift P. Not the right button.
The Apple has better connections and better reach.
Hey, turn that down, bro. We can hear it.
The numbers and polls.
Turn that down. Hey, what's going on?
What's up, homie?
What's up, dude?
What's up, dude?
Oh, not much. What are we talking about tonight?
What are we talking about right now? First I just I unplugged a bunch of stuff on accident. So I just replugged stuff up in. Can you hear me okay?
I can hear you just fine.
Awesome. No, I was talking about how I found this out after I left work where Apple said they donated 10 million masks. And they said they sourced 10 million masks. And how
They sourced?
Yeah.
They sourced or they had 10 million masks?
They sourced 10 million masks.
They sourced 10 million masks that the government didn't have the capability to source.
That's the point I made right when you called. I said, so basically you're saying Apple has more resources than the U.S. government has with an unlimited budget.
It's very interesting.
It's very interesting. Well, what's your view on this?
Well, I've pretty much been checking all the mainstream media channels, and the only reports on this are positive reports, and there is no sort of backlash or criticism as to where they plan on sourcing 10 million masks. So,
right, isn't that what?
There again, I guess this circles back around to the mainstream media's narrative, and if it doesn't fit their narrative, then it's not necessarily something that they care about.
Yeah. Well, pretty much the narrative is pretty much anything anti-Trump. That's kind of what I was going to. I'm kind of going through the theories of why it was created. I'm not even getting into it's just naturally popped up, because I don't think that happens.
Okay.
So I said, okay, if China made it, I don't understand why, unless they wanted to just destabilize America. However, they just decimated their own people. And then I was like, if we created, okay, I was like, or in hard quotes, it's the deep state's last stand to make Trump look bad. And I used Facebook just miraculously finding 700,000 masks on March 23rd after months of chaos and shortage of medical supplies. They're just like, oh, shit, I forgot about this warehouse full of 700,000 masks. Why
I'm not
keep
gonna.
them?
Well, I'm not going to change the subject on the masks, and if you're going down that road and you've got some more to talk about, but I do want to talk about. I want to talk about the authority that the president had to turn the internet off. That's what I want to talk about.
Why would he turn the internet off?
Well, I don't know. I'm just asking a simple question of, does he have the authority to? Who has the authority to turn the internet off?
Hold on. I remember what this is. Turn the internet off. Net neutrality? Is that what it is?
Net neutrality. I'm pretty sure that's the term for it. And the only reason being is I remember back when our great leader, Barack Hussein Obama, was in office. That's all the right wing and all the Republicans. That was the whole outcry. Is he's trying to get control of the internet. And I just wondered how far they went with it, and were they successful in being able to write an executive order to be able to flip the switch to turn the internet off.
I'm trying to understand why he would want to do that.
Well,
here's an article. The president is able to shut down all U.S. comms, yeah, and FCC Commish wants to stop him from doing that. This is posted on the 29th of January. I don't think this is related. All right.
But do you remember what I'm talking about? I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, I forgot why he would. No, I forgot why he wanted to do it. I don't understand why he would want to cut out the internet. Maybe false narratives, because I've talked about this on 4 straight press conferences. They just hard pressed reiterated, be careful where you get information from. Make sure it's a credible source, our source, hard quotes. That way false information is not getting spread around. Like, we were involved with the spread of the coronavirus and blah, blah, blah. It's just weird.
Yeah, my theory is it goes a little deeper than that, but we'll save it for another show because I know you haven't probably gotten all your investigative work done for that. I just figured I'd ask.
Yeah, no, that's fairly new. I don't really know, other than maybe if you watch that video I referenced at the beginning, living in 12 monkeys. It could be, I don't really know, because there's a bunch of things that could happen. It could stop the narratives, or if you feel like there is an outside force, such as the deep state or whatever, it would keep comms down through them.
Well, you know how strong the internet is, and what kind of traction it can gain. I mean, look at what Obama done with the internet to push a narrative of the Benghazi attack. Oh, they attacked Benghazi, they attacked our embassy because of a cartoon, a radical Islamic cartoon that come out.
Yep.
That was drove through Facebook, that was drove through Twitter, that was drove through any sort of social platform there was. And I just wondered what facets of the internet they have control over and what facets they don't, because if they can shut down the narrative, the president can pretty much do, what do they say? He can, I don't really know the term, but like the psyops where they run blind or whatever, they're running their exercise.
Yeah.
With no interference.
Mm-hmm.
No outside interference.
Right.
But in any case, like I said, we'll save that for another time. I'll let you get back on track. Appreciate you taking my call.
No problem, man. But
all right.
Have a good one.
All right.
All right. So now, coming off that, there is pretty much, it's technically not shutting down the internet. Say they want to stop the spread of information either side, which I highly doubt that would be why. If they did that, it would be definitely more sneakier way or sneakier reason. But look at right now, as of now in 2020, everything's going, or 2019, everyday life. Throw out the coronavirus, throw out any issues. It's pretty much, it's safe to say that all Silicon Valley tech is left-leaning. If you don't think that, then you're delusional. And to say that things aren't censored through algorithms and things like that already, you're tripping, son. So basically, if you're trying to find credible information that's not from 2 sources or the same ideology, it's very difficult. For example, during 2016 election, you typed in H. You go to Google, type in H. You know, it auto-populates the predicted things. It goes Hillary Clinton presidential campaign 2016. You type in the entire Donald space Trump nothing. Nothing. Right now in YouTube, I don't know if it's still the same way after his. I'm gonna get to that press those interviews yesterday, but in YouTube, I guess because there's just a stampede of negative searches on Joe Biden. Joe Biden was the same way. You type in Joe Biden, nothing, because obviously that's their savior. I just never understood how Hillary was probably one of the most flawed candidates ever to run for the president. Throw out the body count. Throw out Benghazi. Throw out pretty much whatever. Throw all that out. She's still flawed. Like, I don't get it. Got the deleted emails. That's one. There's soldiers that were publicly convicted for missending 2 emails that were classified. 2 emails that were classified and was mishandling classified information. She openly deleted, destroyed, used improper servers on thousands upon thousands of documents, openly destroying devices with hammers, openly trying to hide things from the Federal Bureau of Investigation, and got away with it. And then there comes Joe Biden, and he's probably more flawed in a way different way. One, he is, to show the censorship, he's ran for president multiple times before this, but you never hear that on CNN at all. They were like, yeah, just forget that shit. Yeah, no, derailed. One, habitual liar. Just makes shit up all the time. Not little shit. Like, he's like, oh, I was top of my class. I got four degrees. He's got 1 degree. He was like bottom 10. I'm not even shitting you. He graduated with like 86 people. He was like 75th out of 86. I got hairy legs. Yeah. Screw it. I have to show you all this before I get into anything else. I have to show you this cringe-worthy interview. All right, so he was been MIA for about over a week. Everyone's like, dude, shit, is he dead? Joe Biden's dead, guys. No, so his one of his staffers, I say logged into his Instagram, give him a thumbs up or something. But regardless, he said he was setting up a press conference place area in his basement. He's like, man, that's what I've been doing, so I could talk to y'all every day. Every day, I can talk to y'all about important shit that I'm going to speak coherently. I'm going to be able to read teleprompters, so the lighting's going to be great. It's going to be awesome. It's going to be so awesome. That's basically what he did. He was that energetic about it. That was a lie. That's not what he was. But so after a week of preparing for this for the situation, for this opportunity to show what kind of leader he can be in such a crisis, he shit the bed like 3 separate times. He did an interview with someone, I forgot. I did an interview with CNN, did an interview with The View. He shit the bed in all of them. Like, all of them cringeworthy. Here comes, I hope I pick a good one. Let's see. Joe Biden. Yeah, Joe Biden. I'm going to do Joe Biden's video, see how that works.
Can I ask you just to speak to the desperation? I think people feel.
But these are my recommendations. Declares it and signs it. He or she declares it and signs it. The ability to go to corporate America and say, stop manufacturing what you're manufacturing now and manufacture this. And he signed it, but he said he wasn't going to implement it. You know, there was a great line that Lincoln had when General McClellan wasn't used in the Army. He said, if you don't want to use the Army, can you lend it to me?
I'm going to do Mark Dice.
Lincoln said that to his general.
Yeah.
Can you lend it? If he's not going to use
y'all every minute of that damn thing. All right. Understanding this is going to be cut. It's going to be edited, but all these things happen. So take it for what it is.
If there's one,
we know what has to be done.
to him.
I've had, thank God, no symptoms that I'm aware of. Doesn't mean that that can't happen. Excuse me.
You know, you're supposed to cough into your elbow. I don't know, sir. I learned that actually covering your White House.
I'll get into that.
Actually, that's true. But fortunately, I'm alone in my home. But that's okay.
All right.
I agree. You're right.
You should it's kind of old school to do it with your hand. Do it into your elbow. You're supposed to do it.
Thank you.
Let me ask you.
I know that this may seem like a Saturday Night Live skit, but this was a real interview, and it really happened. Of course, no comedy writer could have possibly come up with such a hilarious skit. It could have only happened spontaneously live on the air.
And your rival, Senator Bernie Sanders. Sanders is ramping up for the next round of primaries, including in the state of New York.
There's plenty more to come in this video, so stay tuned. But real quick, subscribe to my channel if you're new here, because if this is your first time watching one of my videos, it's obvious this is the coolest channel on all of YouTube, and you'll want to check back here on a regular basis. But old Joe wasn't done yet. Here he is on MSNBC, continuing to pretend that he's the president.
We have never failed to respond to a crisis as a people. And I tell you what, I'm so darn proud. And those poor people who have lost, anyway, it's just, my heart goes out to them.
No. Listen, we're two people in our basements with nothing but time.
What do you think about how the real president is handling the situation, Joe?
I just can't figure the guy. It's like watching a yo-yo. I shouldn't have said it that way. It's like watching.
It feels that way. I want to ask. It's okay. I want to ask you what happens to the Democratic primary. Bernie Sanders.
It's okay, Grandpa. It's almost nap time anyway. Is there anything else you want to say before the nurse comes back?
Why doesn't he just act like a president? That's a stupid way to say it.
Donald Trump was asked on.
Sorry.
Go ahead.
No, I probably best I don't.
Thank you, MSNBC, for bringing us this powerful interview at this important time in our lives. But don't count old Joe out just yet. He also saved time for one of the least important shows on television, The View, where he continued to not make any sense at all.
Are you at all concerned, as Trump said, that we cannot let the cure be worse than the problem itself?
We have to take care of the cure. That will make the problem worse no matter what. No matter what. We know.
Sound logic. Keep in mind, he's in his damn basement. And it's not like these people like ambushed him with a interview. They're like, hey, Joe, talk to us. Boom. Surprise you with a question. No, they were like, hey, Joe, we're going to interview you. We're going to talk about the coronavirus, stuff like that. So just to let you know. He's like, all right, cool. I'll be ready in a week. This is what we get. Am I the only one just... Can you imagine him on stage with Trump? Can you? I can't even wrap my head around it. That might be either the saddest or the most entertaining thing I've ever seen. One of the two. I cannot wait. At all. It's going to be awesome. By God. I don't know. I think something crazy is going to happen, man. I do. Somehow, some way. I think, because I really do think the Democratic Party rather lose to Trump and just go through another 4 years with him, giving him hell, than just allowing Bernie to win outright. Fair to say. They've already screwed him out of another election, 2 elections in a row. If you look at the exit polls, yes, there will be a margin of error and some difference between them, averaging between 3 to 5% from what they were done based off of what. Sorry, had a comment. Anyway, yeah, 3 to 5% is the margin of error because they recount and have the exit polls and whatnot. In 5 different places, it was 8 to 9% in favor of Biden. It always favors the corporate agenda, the establishment, but it's not surprising. Bernie's just too different. It's too much of a change. I get it. Each party has their own beliefs and their own things they want to push, but usually it's not too far off. So when their terms come up, another dude comes in, wipes all that shit out, does his thing for a minute, wipes out. But with him, it'd be no turning back. We couldn't redo. If it was a colossal failure, we couldn't be okay, man, 3 more years, you out, no big deal, we'll start over. No, he wants to just flip America on its head, which if you've heard me talk about politics at all, which I kind of think needs to happen, but definitely not in that way. I think we need to flip it on its head, but basically just clean slate the government, basically. Revamp it and just kind of, we don't even need a president. Like, just, like when you fire a coach, you get an interim coach, we need like an interim president. That'd be ideal. Like, not even a dude, just like a party of people that just kind of run shit until we figure out corruption. We go through, wipe out, find all these shady deals we got for no reason. Set term limits for senators, because everyone's talked about Trump's corrupt, Obama's corrupt, or name a president corrupt. He's in there for max 8 years. Max 8 years. Right? Half the time he's not able to do what he wants. One, he's in public limelight 24/7. Every decision he makes is publicized. There's just some sneaky shit, but you know what I mean. Main things that make a big difference in our life, other than like secret spying missions and shit like that, it is what it is. But no one talks about you got your lifetime politicians. Nancy Pelosi's been in there since '87. The other weasel-looking dude, and countless other people. What about them? They've been in there for 30 years. You don't think they might have some corruption? Their $400,000 a year salary, and somehow getting their net worth up north of $100 and something million. It's book deals, Josh. Jeez, it's endorsements and book deals. It's totally legitimate. Yeah, screw you. Term limits, and every time you run and every time you leave, you have a detailed, nameless audit. What? Nameless? Yeah. Some place, something goes through your shit, and all of the names are redacted, and you're just going through some shit. And you're like, oh shit, that's shady as hell. Boop. And then they finally lift that. They give you, it's numbered. It could still be corrupted. I get it, but it makes it more difficult. So then you say, oh shit, this is Nancy Pelosi, for example. Say it's a left-leaning person that's doing the audit thing. And he's like, oh, I'll just look over here for this. You see what I'm saying? But if it's numbered, and he's like, okay, here's some red flags on audit number 236B, and you like pass it in to another person. One's leaving more than one hand. One person doesn't have all the power in this. He cuts it. Then they find out the corruption. I haven't thought about this. That's just kind of off the cuff. Thought it would be interesting. Yeah. I don't know. But let me go through some comments here. Got Adam Caver. How many did I miss? Got Harry Lake. Hello. Bubba. All right, we're going through these comments. Please show the Jimmy Dore video of... Okay, yeah. If you haven't seen Jimmy Dore's... Hold on.
Comments.
Hello. Make sure you got my volume down.
Jimmy Dore's video of... Okay, yeah. If you haven't seen Jimmy Dore's...
Hello.
Hey.
Hey, what's going on?
I would like to speak to Nancy Pelosi.
Nancy Pelosi. Yeah. She's too busy doing evil stuff.
Well, what about the stimulus bill
Hey,
she's trying to pass?
Turn that volume down in the back. I can hear it. It's feedbacking.
Yep.
Oh, the one she tried to pass? Is that what you're saying?
Yep. And all the pork spending.
Stimulus proposal. All right, let me get into that. Yeah, no, it was pretty ridiculous. Like, I get they're going to try to push narratives, especially with corporate Democrats and establishment Democrats. They're going to try to obviously feed the hand or help the hand that feeds them. But that was ridiculous.
Yeah.
What I'm trying to think of the big ones they had. one of like solar panels, and like
What?
helping the JFK Center.
Yeah, Kennedy Center. We're talking about union boosting. What I read was any company that took money from them had to put a union member on their board when it comes to automotive companies.
Sounds familiar. That's how big oil infiltrated college campuses. They did the same thing. They'd give them a large loan, be like, "Hey, we'll give you this large loan," and they'd be like, "Okay." And they're, "Do you want it?" You're like, "Yeah, okay." The only catch is I'm gonna send over some members to make sure y'all utilize the money successfully and good. So boom, they embedded a guy into college campuses, and that's kind of, if you watched Big Oil, how Big Oil conquered the world, it would really explain it. But yeah, it's crazy because then they have control of all the media. So you look at their narrative, like, oh, the Republicans are assholes. They're just denying this thing. This is like humanitarian relief and all this stuff. No, it's not. It's corporate agendas. It's feeding it's the same thing they're bitching about with the Republicans. They're like, oh, all you did was help the bankers, and all you did blah blah blah. It's the same deal. You're the exact same. It just blows my mind. I had I guess some of y'all could say argument or debate with some left leaning people on Facebook, and that's kind of the argument I had, because there's just one guy just pops in my feed every damn day, and it's always just some negative shit about Trump, which is you're free to your opinion. Are you right? But hold on, I'll get into that. But yeah, what do you think? What was the final proposal? Sorry, I'm just rambling on. I'll go back to this stimulus thing. What was your final? What was the final stimulus thing agreed upon? Did they allow some of it? Did they allow to keep cow farts legal? Like, how did that work?
There's still plenty of pork belly stuff in there. I mean, you're talking between the humanitarian endowment of arts, the endowments of something else. I mean, you're talking $600 million between those two. I don't know what passed. I don't know. Trump was saying, "Hey, I'm not going to pass anything," but shit, they got his balls in a vice.
Well, yeah, eventually,
because nobody's going to look into the nuts and bolts of it. They're just going to sway this and turn this on him as from the Democratic standpoint, saying, "Hey, he didn't want to pass this." They're not going to look into the details that billions of it was onto bullshit.
Yeah, but look at it in their shoes. It was kind of a smart move. Like, you could take, morally
brilliant,
morally right or not. They knew they could put whatever the hell they wanted, and Trump couldn't just keep denying this. Like, Trump needed it now. Trump, in order for him to possibly get reelected, he needs to turn this economy around as fast as possible. So they're like, "Oh, let's throw some all kinds of shit in there. Free ice cream every Tuesday. Free hot dog Tuesdays. Put that in there. Oh yeah. Oh, did you throw in the hot dog thing? Yeah, we already did. You know what I'm saying? Because what are they gonna do? Just keep denying it until like the entire world? Then he's got they have the media on their back, just like up his ass the whole time. Like, oh, what is Trump doing? He's spinning his wheels here. He's in over his head. They're crazy. And then they got Joe Biden coming in there. They finally were like, all right, is Joe okay to talk? No, he's not. Okay, we don't have Joe Biden. You know what I'm saying? Because usually this is when their candidate would step up and be like, "I'm a superhero, and this is my plan. It sounds so awesome, doesn't it? But I don't have to even show you because I'm not president." So it's just, in theory, it sounds like it'd be great.
When do they cut their losses? They know they're dead in the rights this coming election. When do they cut their losses and just be like, "Hey," or in hindsight, what mass media is going to say, "Hey, they're throwing all this other stuff in there"? You know what I mean?
Well, like I said, when you let's see, it's safe to say 80% of media is left leaning. But you got Fox,
yeah,
and then some startup, pretty much Fox, right? Is the only right leaning media.
And they're leaning. They're getting more central.
Yeah, well, look at Trump through the situation. Trump's gone straight communist Bernie. He's gone like universal health care, universal income. He's out-lefted the left. Now they're like, you're crazy, man. What are you doing? Like, what? You giving him money? Are you crazy? That was just blows my mind. And then you got, I just blows my mind, dude. I just mass chaos. People don't, and then people are shocked. They're like, they don't even care about the people. All they care about is, helping the corporations and the banks. And it's just, and is this new to you? Like, what do you think a politician does?
Well, my thing is nobody's bringing up the all the bull crap that they've attached to this $2 trillion bill. Nobody's bringing this up. Nobody's reporting it. Mass stream media
at all. I've seen it, but I couldn't find where it was. If I had my producer type dude here, I could find it. But I watch so much stuff.
Yeah.
That there's no way in hell I'd find it. I'm trying to find it. There's just a lot of things. Like a lot of pointless things, like solar panels. There was like,
yep,
free car washes. Freaking JFK Center was $35 million for like renovations. A bunch of stuff, like infrastructure things. I'm like, which is fine and dandy, but right now we have a crisis. People can't feed their families.
Yeah, they're taking it way outside the box. Is my concern.
But like I said,
they're boosting unions. They're trying to redact what Trump has done to reduce union power.
Are you shocked?
And no.
like I said, morally it's screwed up, but it's brilliant because they know Trump can't just, because they could strong arm him right now and just never give in. Like, nope, this is what we're doing. Knowing Trump eventually would be like, all right, shit. Okay, well, I'll give it to you, but like half. How's that? Then bam, half of their agenda is pushed instantly.
Yep.
Because they know it ultimately will have to be that way. Because Trump can't.
He can't say no.
Art of the deal. He has an economy that needs to turn around immediately. And that is the one golden ticket to get him through.
So secondary question. My opinion is Trump's going on every day with Pence. He's going in and having press conferences, extremely long press conferences. My opinion is he's trying to stabilize the New York Stock Exchange. Is there any other reason for him to go on this often and every single day for this long? Any other reason for him to do that other than try to stabilize the market?
A couple. If you see an article posted last year, someone added up the amount of free advertisement and free TV time he got based off the left media being so obsessed with just shitting on him the whole time. It was like billions of dollars of free advertisement because he was just always on CNN. Always on CNN. Look, the average press conference is about 90 minutes. You know what else is about 90 minutes? A Trump campaign rally. He's on TV. Part of the reason why, other than when you're watching CNN, his approval ratings are going up through this crisis. There's a damn pandemic and his approval ratings going up. That's why
he's out there.
Well, he's out there. He's at his face. Who else are they going to stand behind? Joe Biden has a week to prepare for an interview and just botches it. 3 of them. He had 3 interviews about the same topic, and he screwed it up. I'm like, I feel bad. Like, what are they doing? They're like, shit, dude, this guy. We can't keep him hidden for. Literally, it's like, okay, I wish Biden had Bernie's name. It'd be like Weekend at Bernie's. They're just like holding him around, carrying him around. That's Joe Biden. They wish that could be like, dude, if we could only talk for this son of a bitch, well, he would be the perfect candidate. Every time he opens his mouth, he cusses out his own voters, tells his voters, go vote for somebody else, or you're full of shit, or you're a lion dog-faced pony soldier. What the heck that means? Must be a generational gap with Cornball or whatever his name is.
So that's my second question now. Third question. How are the Democratic Party letting Biden do all this? Pelosi's not stepping in. Schumer's not stepping in.
Letting him do what?
He's digging his own hole.
Well, you can obviously see his party's strategy now is keep him out of the limelight as much as possible. Look at through the primaries. He spoke like 1.9% of the time at all the debates, other than the last one. He never spoke. He just kind of sat there, just chilled. He's like, yeah, what he said, basically, oh, shoot, what did I just do? Oh, pushed the wrong button. But yeah, no, I think something crazy is going to happen. Either like he's going to get coronavirus, something crazy, or he already does. First, he's got to win the primaries. He's going to win the primaries, and Bernie's going to give up. They're waiting on Bernie to give up. And then when Joe, this is just a theory, but I feel like something crazy is going to happen. He's not going to end up being the candidate. And then somehow he's going to have to be replaced. And they're going to have some dark horse pop in.
Should we be worried about his vice president? I mean, what I'm concerned about is...
Even then, no one's bringing that up. He promised in a debate that his vice president will be a woman. And now he's like, Obama could be it too. That'd be cool.
I mean, he's been in bed with China for decades.
So is his son.
Is that something we should be concerned about?
Yeah, I guess. Look, with Joe Biden, he's one of the most corrupt people ever. Like, right before you called, I was kind of getting into that because he ran for president about 3 times. You never hear that. You think you would hear that on CNN? Like, oh, see, he's ran before, guys. It's his turn. Because what was Hillary's reason? It's just her turn. She's earned it. She's been, she's just has such a great resume. It's just her turn to be the president. What about Joe Biden? He's been hanging in there for years, man. Ran for president a couple times. How his campaigns ended. That's why you don't bring it up. Okay. So you basically just stole entire speeches, literally word for word stole speeches, talking points, lied about having 4 degrees, lied about being the top of your class when you're literally like the bottom 10. You're the opposite of Matt Damon in Good Will Hunting. How you like them apples?
Yeah, nobody's bringing up Anita Hill and the trials. That's it. That's another way we can go over. But when he is the Democratic Party head, nobody's calling out Anita Hill.
Who's Anita Hill? I need a beer. That's what I need.
I need much of beer.
You sure it's ugly?
Anita Hill. Give me 36 seconds. I'll find out.
Oh, Clarence Thomas. Clarence Thomas is to Supreme Court. His showing. It wasn't even a hearing. His showing Clarence Thomas to Supreme Court.
All right, I'll read it. Clarence Thomas, born June 23rd, 1948, is an American judge, lawyer, and government official who currently serves as an Associated Justice of the Supreme Court of the United States. He is currently the most senior Associate Justice on the court following the retirement of Anthony Kennedy. Okay, what about him?
So Anita Hill worked under him for a couple decades, and there was extreme cases of sexual harassment, and Joe Biden was the head of the hearings to put Clarence Thomas on the Supreme Court, and it was a complete cluster, to say the least. And if you read into it, Joe Biden completely fumbled the ball on everything, in my opinion. Just like what he does in his any speeching right now.
You sure exactly?
I see a headline here in April 27th of 2019. Joe Biden failed once more on Friday to apologize to Anita Hill.
Yes.
I have to look into that.
Yeah, look into it. He completely screwed her over. And not just that, but he was completely inept when he was the chair of that board.
I'll look into that. I don't know much about it, other than just to be dangerous and make terrible comments about theories I've heard about him.
Just another feather in the cap.
You don't need much ammo for him.
Oh, yeah.
I haven't heard anything from him that's just like, you know what, damn, that's a good point. No, I've never heard a single policy that was him without having Obama coming out of his mouth. Well, I was part of that deal when I was vice president for Obama. He was president. He was there.
His only crutch is like, oh, Obama chose me to be a vice president. That's the only thing he's got. Everything else is hogwash.
Pretty much, yeah. I'm creepy as hell, and I'm Joe Biden running for Senate. President.
Hey. I got hairy legs.
But that's a good point, man.
You sure it's ugly?
What? My shirt is fire. Look at this thing.
It is not.
She said roll tide.
Roll tide.
Hey, Cyber Nation.
Cyber Nation.
Well, thanks for calling, my guy.
Appreciate it, homie.
Have a good one.
Thank you for letting me call in.
Peace. I don't know anything about Anita Hill. But at this point, do we need to even know? He's got his own shit to worry about. Instead of dropping someone else's sexual misconducts. Who are licking people's ears and shit. But let's get into something. Let's get into some good stuff. So, hold on. Let me read this. Nicole Lee, I enjoy your show, Josh. What's happening? I gotta catch up here. Where was that? Nicole. Oh shoot! I thought that was Nicolette. Oh, okay. Because most presidents aren't leaders. That is true. They're puppets. He's being a leader. Bye, ya. I enjoy your show, Josh. Thank you so much. Can you do a 3-way call? Yes, but it's complicated. Need to consult some. Is she so much around you? A gynecologist soon? Need to consult some gynecologist soon? Too worried about Pelosi. Is she so much around you these days, doofus? Hell that. Well, she's like the face of him, though, you know? I don't know what you meant by the gynecologist thing, but Trump's going to let it go through and then have them arrested along with Hillary, Oprah, Ellen, and Tom. Okay. We can get into that. I read something. Shoot, when was that? It was with the guy. I don't know if did I say his name? I don't want to out his name if I didn't say it. Hold on. Yeah, I did. With Justin Stevens, the guy from Oregon. I read something. It said, basically, let's just say at 4:30 a.m. on the 15th, Justin Trudeau was served a sealed indictment on criminal, corporate and criminal financial, blah, blah, blah. And then I went down the line saying, okay, soon you'll see, okay, pay attention to the celebrities that get coronavirus. It's kind of like a scapegoat because you'll see them, they'll go, oh, I'm social distancing, like everyone else. Look at Oprah. She was this is before all this thing happened, where she was rumored in this, and it was rumored that she got raided and arrested. And she's like, well, no. One, she answered. She even like entertained it. You know how many random conspiracy theories just pop up about people? She even entertained it. It was like, no, I don't know. Apparently I'm trending. This is crazy. I didn't get arrested. How would that work? We all know that everything's censored. Anything that's not left-leaning is censored. Just try to Google something anti-democratic. I just do it. I guarantee you. Just Google something political and look at the first 15, the first 20 articles. I guarantee you they're Washington Post, CNN, HuffPost. I'm telling you, it's just it's a thing. Like, to say it's not a thing is irresponsible. Anyway, so there's that. Now, Tom Hanks apparently was also on this list. I read it. You go back. I don't want to read it again. I don't feel like dealing it up because it would take a while. Tom Hanks is apparently a pederast. He was outed by a guy named Isaac Nappy, who was an actor in Beer Fest, Thor, and a couple other movies. He outed him and 12 other people in Hollywood. You know, Charlie Sheen was one. Steven Spielberg, Charlie Sheen. Did I say that already? Bob Saget, and goes on. Anyway, so he ended up dying. He got hit by a car and jumped off a bridge. And I say that because I'm not unsure. I say that because there was actually conflicting articles about it. And the only reason I think there's a conspiracy behind it because he literally posted a video like 2 days prior saying, I'm not suicidal. And then he died. So what gives credence to this is Tom Hanks, he got citizenship in Greece about 2 years ago, which is a non-extradite country. Hold on. I wish I could do two things at once. I'm a dumbass. All right, so apparently he got a sealed indictment and was arrested, and then got off on bond, and now he's in Australia and refuses to fly back. So I was like, okay, it's Tom Hanks. It's Forrest Gump, dude. Like, he can't be, dude. He was on an island for 5 years. Like, he's a savage, man. A savage. But if you go here to CaliforniaArrests.org and search, the only thing gives it credibility. Drum roll, please. Okay, there is. The first one is a Tom Hanks, 46 years old, Miraloma, California, blah, blah, blah. Now the second one. A Thomas Jeffrey Hanks, 63 years old, Beverly Hills, California, Los Angeles, West Hollywood, blah, blah, blah. I'm not going to pay. I'm a baller on a budget. You know what I'm saying? Spouse or relatives, we got a Samantha J. Dingleham, Elizabeth Ann Hanks, and Arita Wilson Hanks. 63 years old. Oh, I probably could show you the evidence. All right, so this one right yonder. That one. We got a Thomas Jeffrey Hanks, 63 years old, blah, 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 blah. I don't know what he's arrested for, but the fact he got arrested, doesn't that give it a little bit of credence to it? And no one's even following me right now. I'm just trying to say that he might be a pederast and we got to watch it. Because he got coronavirus. Then the two people that I said, watch out, are going to have coronavirus off that list. You got Harvey Weinstein, him. Then you see Ellen DeGeneres. And then Daily Mail posted an article about how she's one of the most evil people to work for. You think all this stuff comes out? Everyone thinks Ellen's a sweetheart. That's all you see when you see posts. And all of a sudden this comes out and it's like, oh yeah, this Ellen's one of them. Literally on his post, what he said: Trump's going to let it go through and have them arrested along with Hillary, Oprah, Ellen, and Tom. So we got Oprah already having openly was trending on Twitter that she got raided and arrested. Ellen is freaking out on Instagram, and then has Daily Mail coming out saying people say she's one of the most evil people to work for. And then Tom, he's got coronavirus. Then you got Cardi B talking about how she thinks celebrities are paid because some of them are like, oh, I got coronavirus. All right, anyway, so now look here. Boom. Here's it is. Thomas Jeffrey Hanks, 63 years old in California. Rita Wilson's his wife. So safe to say that was probably him. Could have been a traffic ticket. It could have been. He could have been saving an old lady and beat the shit out of a guy like Nicolas Cage in Con Air, you know? But who knows? I'm just rambling at this point because what time is it? Is it time to go? Time to be done? I think so. They're attack until they're dead. Hold on. Oh, shit, man. This goes way deep. Actually, you are kind of weird. You don't have no work, rather living on others. Tails it crappy? What the hell is this person talking about? All right, so I can't even say the name. Actually, you are kind of weird. Don't have. Well, look, if you would be able to type a comment that makes any damn sense, I could talk back to it. But when you type in something that says need to consult some gynecologist soon, too worried about Pelosi, she so much around you these days, doofus. The first time I read it, I gave you the benefit of the doubt and actually read it and corrected your errors. That time I read it how you typed it. So don't call me weird. Now I'll read your next comment. Actually, and if I could say your damn name, that'd be fun. Actually, you are kind of weird. You don't have no work, rather living on others. Tails. It's crappy. I don't have any. Living on others' tails. I have a shit ton of stuff, but I'm here by myself, and I'm just rambling. Rambling, bruh. When I'm by myself, I rely on people to come on these comments and tell me shit. If you know anything about me, you know I'm just a stockpile full of freaking information in regards to these topics. I don't know much, but just I have like a photographic memory when it comes to remembering things like this. So when I'm get into a political debate and someone tries to come on things, I don't bring up topics that I haven't found documented proof about. So I don't know what you're talking about. I do not know. The Young Turks are the best. No, they're not. Hope she'd come again. Corporates, not corporations. Sissy. What the hell is she talking about? All right, I'm going to stop. I'm going to get off this bitch. Death. All right, I'm catching up with some comments. Oh, there she is again. Don't screw M from here. Try to be at least once in a lifetime in any of their shoes. And then comment, how do you wish so much from your box to calling him to think out of the box? That's double shit crazy. I don't know. I can't even wrap my head around what the hell she's talking about. What's up, Taylor? Please, can someone translate what this Is she trolling? I'm finding out. Hold on. I'm stalking this bitch. Hold on one second. I'm only calling you bitch because I don't know your name individually because I can't say it. So hold on. No, seriously, if I had someone that could give me a coherent thing, I could totally come back. Oh, it's a guy. I'm sorry. I'm assuming. Okay. I'm assuming he's foreign, so I assume that he speaks broken English, and I feel like an asshole for calling him out on that. Sorry about it. But regardless, I don't know who you're referring to or what you're referring to. But when did the virus first get reported? The virus first got reported. The existence of it or the actual declaring it was a coronavirus. It started popping up, and they thought it was influenza in December, and they shut down a fish market on the 31st of December of 2019. And then it wasn't until January 7th of 2020 that they declared a coronavirus. So on January 7th is when it became a coronavirus officially in China. And then it spread rapidly, and it ultimately made its way here because China once covered up the they found it boats and orphaned. Are you talking about Jimmy Savile? Okay, anyway. Yeah, then it made its way here because they allowed thousands upon thousands upon thousands of people to fly all over the world. And it spread rapidly into where now it's just there, which is kind of weird. It's as crazy, as big as it is, it's like, man, I don't know a single person that has coronavirus. I don't. You know, I could change tomorrow, but I'm saying it's always, I know a guy who had a friend who got sick of coronavirus. But I've never actually even seen it or heard it. I have nurse friends that are like, oh, yeah, we're around. And then I've heard one nurse say, this thing's a no contest or something, like a no scene. And then I have other nurses that are like, oh, shit's crazy. Shit's cray-cray. Impact of not having baseball season. Impact of not having baseball season is really tearing Butch up. I can tell. It's pissing me off. I was mad with the rain, dude. Look, we went from like raining. Like Seattle and Alabama switched weather forecast for like the entire spring. Wasn't even the spring, like for 2 months. And then baseball comes, and I'm like, shit, man. So I miss out on a week, and then next week I miss out on another one. And the damn pandemic starts. I'm like, son of a biscuit. Drives me crazy. I don't know. Hopefully they start back. I could use an extra a few $100s a month. Drives me crazy. But I don't know. Honestly, I think this virus thing is I think it'll dissipate just as fast as it showed up, if not faster. I really do. I don't like the fact they're steamrolling a virus. I mean a vaccine out so fast. It was in production for a week, and they're already doing human trials. I don't like that. I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't like how people. I still the one missing piece in this whole puzzle. Throw out motives on the release of the virus. Throw out, maybe it was a natural occurring virus. But the CEO stepping down really just like, what? Like, how does this tie in? Like, I don't get it. I don't. If you're unfamiliar, I brought this up. In 2019 alone, there was 1,640 CEOs stepped down, and about 243 of them in 2020 so far. And we're not talking about small people. We're talking about Microsoft. We're talking about Jeff Bezos selling off $4.2 billion worth of shares. We're talking about Harley Davidson. We're talking about IBM. We're talking about Chipotle. We're talking about Best Buy. We're talking about Victoria's Secret, L Brands. We're talking about it goes on. And this is within from big October 2019 till now. That's like a 4 or 5 month span. Yet coronavirus didn't become public knowledge until January 7th, and then the economy solely suffering due to the coronavirus. So when the economy's at its best, why sell out? If there's no signs of it falling. And all of a sudden the coronavirus comes and all shit hits the fan. Like, oh shit, I'm glad we sold off. I'm glad we're out of here. That's the fishy shit. That over 2,000 or about 2,000 major CEOs, one of the biggest companies in the world, 2,000 of the biggest CEOs in the world just happen to simultaneously almost step down around the same exact time. Months some even days before the market dropped its most ever. And that's not a little bit fishy. Not a tad bit fishy. Look, they got these senators that are getting tried for what's it? Where they knew about the stock because they were in a briefing and then they sold stocks. What was it called? Insider trading. Yeah. What about this? What about this? You got 2,000 of them. They just sold out and then boom, beep, it fell off. That makes me think it was created, which leads to the first theory, or the hard quote theory, of maybe this is the deep state's last attempt to dethrone Trump. Because they know, because they probably see Joe Biden and be like, that's what we get? Him? Shit, man. I don't like my odds. I don't like it, man. It's Corona time. It's Corona time, man. I don't know. It drives me crazy. I want life to go back to normal. I'm locked up. I'm bored. I want to talk about a bunch of stuff. You got a bunch of stuff I want to talk about. I sound like Biden because I'm not giving you any detailed stuff. But basically, I'm talking about, like, if you think I'm full of shit. I want to talk about Project Bluebeam. I want to talk about DARPA. I want to talk about 5G. I want to talk about CERN. I want to talk about big banks and the history of big banks. I want to talk about every president that tried to go against the big bank or the government bank. There's two presidents that try to go away from one, the Federal Reserve or the bank, the what was in place of it at the time, and that was Abraham Lincoln and JFK. Abraham Lincoln needed money for the Civil War. We went to Congress and said, hey, or not, never mind. So he basically was trying to get money. So they say, okay, we'll give you the money for the war, but you got to pay it back in interest. Well, he didn't want to leave office with the country in debt. So he just went to Congress and said, hey, I need you to print X amount of money for the war. They just printed tender. That's where the term greenbacks came from. Boom. He gets assassinated. Exactly 100 years. Exactly 100 years. That was in 1863. In 1963, JFK was assassinated. A few months before that, he was trying to dismantle and go away with the Federal Reserve. Well, we all know Kennedy. There's just a stockpile. Who didn't want to kill this man? You got the mafia, the CIA, the big banks, which probably in cahoots with all of them. But yeah, so he was trying to get rid of the Federal Reserve and income tax. You know, before 1917, federal income tax wasn't even a thing. Federal income tax is supposed to help aid paying back debts, right? Right now, we were at $22 trillion of debt. There isn't enough tender in the world as of now to pay that off. So I don't get it. What's the point? At what point do we get to a point where it's like, what's it even matter? Right now, U.S. debt clock. Look how fast it's moving. Look at that. We're 23,599,697,100. I can't even count that fast. Dog and pony show, ladies. Dog and pony show. People get so emotionally invested in these political candidates they know nothing about at all. Trump's an asshole. Yeah, he is an asshole. That's a double-edged sword with Trump. Everyone bitches about how he's a dickhead, he's an asshole, what are the CNN copy-paste things? He's misogynistic, xenophobic, racist, whatever else words they are. Okay. Fair. Whatever. One, I don't even get to racist. I figure I could probably give you 10 more examples of him being not racist than racist. I'm not even a big Trump supporter. I'm not even starting this topic defending Trump. All I'm saying is Yes, Trump's a dick. Trump's a type A personality. Trump's an asshole. You're not trying to date the guy. But what you see is what you get. Trump is an asshole in press conferences. Trump is an asshole on Twitter. Trump is just an asshole. They say, oh, I wish you'd just be presidential. I wish he would be president. No, why? Why? When you see a politician come in and they're talking, they're like, well, what I need to do is, I need this. You have no idea who the hell that person is. They go up, they tell their talking points, they read off a teleprompter, they wave, they say what they have to say, and they leave. Nothing. Trump's just Trump. He's a dick, but you know what you're dealing with. He's an asshole. When you get a career politician, this is the one thing I like about Trump. That's one of the only things I love about Trump. It's because what you get, what you see, what you get. But you have no idea, and they get so emotionally invested. You're like, you don't know that person. You don't know anything. You know what they push, and what they push is like pretty much their party's little new candidate, a new hire candidate booklet saying, "All right, here's the points you need to push. This is your agendas. You know, you got say Democratic. Okay, you're going to be pro-abortion. You're going to be anti-gun. Boom, 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 and they just do that same freaking points that affect 0.2% of the population, and that's their entire campaign. Like, before gay marriage became, that was like the thing, which I'm totally for. That was boom. What's the percentage of gay marriage in America? Don't worry, I'll wait. Then you push in the transgender thing. That's even a minute percentage of the minute percentage. I think all that should be out of that narrative, because that does not affect 99% of the people voting for you. Because it doesn't even matter. What's it matter? Like, I get it. Well, it does matter to some people, but like, I don't. You see what I'm saying? Like, I feel like that shouldn't even be the campaign thing. Why are you running on that? I just don't get it. But anyway, moral of the story is people talk about corruption and all this shit, but they don't do any research other than CNN, where they're like, oh, it's debunked. Or they go to Snopes. Here's a prime example. A guy tried to debunk me when he was, because I saw some, I don't know why they always pop up in my feed. It's like libtards, basically. Talking about Trump's handling of the coronavirus and the delayed response. And I'm like, wait a minute. I was like, oh, click. And I was reading comments, and they're just shitting on him. I'm like, come on, what? Because I know for a fact that Obama didn't declare his epidemic, which technically whatever, until over 2,000, I think it was 2,022 deaths, U.S. deaths. Trump did it after one. So I said that, and the guy sent me a link. And I went to it, and it said, and that quote says, Did Obama not react to the virus or declare a state of emergency until after millions of deaths? They added the millions of deaths, because you got to watch how they word their little fact checks, because they're super specific. So technically, they're not lying. So that's when I copy pasted paste. I watch the wording, my guy. Yes, he didn't wait until after millions of deaths. He waited after 2022 deaths. But they push it, and then they go, "Well, see, it's fact. Look at since the Smith-Mundt Act got thrown out in 2012, where the media can just say whatever the hell they want because mainstream propaganda is legal now. They're sourced articles, sourced stories, but what actually pay attention to most of the sources? Well, shit, you not. You remember when CNN basically just blindsided, totally got in bed with Warren, and they planned this at that debate when she said, "So, Joe Biden, you told Warren that a woman couldn't be president. Why'd you do that?" And he's like, I never said that. That's crazy, blah, blah, blah. No matter what he just said, he went through this long list about how that's stupid. Hillary Clinton she won the popular vote last election. All this long story, and then she was like, "Okay, Elizabeth Warren, what did you think when Senator Sanders said a woman couldn't be president?" Like, it's just whatever. So you go to the source on where they got this information from, and literally it says 5 people that are familiar with this story. That's legitimate. That's legitimate journalism in America today, ladies and gentlemen. You just sit there and watch Fox News. No, they all suck. Get out of here. They purposely don't find things for their own, because what's the main rule of making money and owning a business? Know your customer and give them what they want, or know your audience, give them what they want. That's pretty much it. So why would they want to shit on Trump when they can just go to CNN for that? It's not the news. It's about money. And a lot of that has to do with the internet now. Podcast, YouTube. Look, you learn more from YouTube news places, little independent news people. A guy with a camera in his kitchen. You learn more through that than you do mainstream media nowadays, and it's sad. But hey, I'm hunkered down in here. I'll probably do a live stream if I can get a guest and talk about some cool stuff. I'm sick of talking about coronavirus, but pretty much it's all you got. You don't have sports. You got a dick tease with Tom Brady going to the Bucks, and you got Phillip Rivers and his 78 children going to Indianapolis. Pretty much it. Cam Newton got released. I don't know where he's going to go. I don't know. It's just a real bummer of a time. Just a real buzzkill. But I need someone to come on. Someone that could talk. Preferably someone that doesn't have the same views as me. That'd be great. That's another thing I brought up. Someone's talking about. It's basically just you subconsciously when you're biased with your ideology and don't look at things from a neutral perspective, you can't learn anything. You're intentionally putting blinders on and just walking through life. If you have a predetermined view on people or view on things, how are you going to move on? How are you going to learn? That's why it's not good to hang out with a group of people that think and do exactly how you do, because then that's where and how groupthink starts. And that's when people get freaking shook when Hillary Clinton, like, what? How the hell did she lose? What? No one even likes Trump. Oh, crap. How you doing?
Yes, is this Josh?
What's up? What's up, man?
I was watching your thing on Facebook, right?
Yeah.
Well, you know, what you got against, I ain't gonna lie, I just turned it on, but you said some of the views against you, you know. So are you for or against the government sending us some money?
I'll take it.
Do what?
Everyone says like it's gonna make a big difference in the long run. No,
I mean, that ain't gonna make no damn difference. Not for real.
It really won't. We're at 23. We're at $23 trillion in debt. And
how much?
23 trillion. Oh, I think what did I have it on? It was 23 trillion 559 billion 154 million, and then I couldn't count the rest.
So is that after the thing they're trying to pass or before?
That's current. If you go to usdebtclock.org, I think is that what it was. Hold on, US Debt Clock. Yeah, usdebtclock.org. I'll show you up-to-date live debt. And the hundreds of thousands moves faster than seconds. So, just saying. We're right now 23 trillion 599 billion 719 million 780,000. Wait. No. Yeah. Pretty much, yeah. So here's my question.
Like the China or what? I mean, are they just pulling that out their ass? I mean, what?
No, we're just in debt. We just spend more money, pretty much. But here's the point: we're like the big kid on the playground. Like China, we owe China a shit ton of money, but we're also China's biggest income. We're their sole income.
Take more money out of them, beat them up.
No, I'm just saying, what are they gonna do about it? Not shit. For example, with this crisis going worldwide, us spending this money, guess what? Other countries are going to have to spend money too. So if everyone equally goes in debt around about the same, like, is anything actually change? There's already not enough money just on the planet to pay our debt off. So just our debt, the debt we owe, there's $23 trillion. There's not enough tender printed on this planet to pay that off. So what's the point of us paying it off at all? Does that make any sense to you?
Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense.
Currently, right now, if we paused this clock, just stopped it right now, and gathered every cent on this planet, we still would be in debt.
Yeah, no.
How you getting on later?
Do what?
You getting on later?
I mean, I'm home right now, but I got to go back in and work, you know, for the man, because apparently I'm considered essential.
Yeah, same here. Same here, guy.
It's 2 a.m., so, you know.
Respect. Hey, you keep on keeping it on, man.
That's right. Hey, bro, you know, maybe I do this again, but I got to try to, you know, smoke a bowl, get some sleep, you know, in there. And
respect, my guy. Respect.
Keep on keeping on.
You do you, man.
All right, now.
Have a blessed night. Fat bastard. That's funny. Yeah. So, yeah. If you want to come on. Obviously, when I have guests, it's not so much. And I'm kind of getting less rusty because I did 2 years nonstop. Then I went 6 months off. Until you do this, it seems like, oh, it's not nerve wracking. That's why I'm not. But I'm also not reading off a teleprompter. I know I'm seeming like a judgmental dick because you just made fun of Biden because he's in his basement. He screwed up. Yeah, but he had a week to prepare, and he's reading off a teleprompter, and he knew exactly what he was talking about. And he's a politician. I'm not. I'm just some dumbass sitting in his basement right now. Shit, man. I'm trying to wrap the show up. People get cold. I don't mind. I ain't got shit to do. Where's my remote? City morgue. I'm just kidding. Hey, what can I do for you? Hello? Hello? It's me. Someone's listening to us, guys. Hey, turn that volume down. Hello? Hello?
Hello.
Hey, what can I do for you?
I'm calling in, baby.
How you doing?
I'm doing all right. How you doing, brother?
Doing pretty good, man. Just rambling on, trying to get this thing to work. Can you hear me all right?
Yeah, I can hear you just fine, bro.
What's up, man?
I was going to say, I'm trying to type to you, but you're not answering.
Who we got? I'm by myself, man. I'm sorry.
I know, bro. I'm just messing with you. I'm just talking a little bit. What was I saying? I don't even remember. Let me go check.
Let's see. Did you? Let's see. We got.
Oh yeah. I was talking about you know, where I work with like black people, white people. My manager's a Mexican dude. Why is it? I mean, I know you talked about this a minute ago, but like, why is that pushed so hard?
What?
Like like every TV show you watch, like everything on TV, you got a gay couple, an interracial couple, or a gay interracial couple. Isn't that so weird? A girl I work with, she's a black girl. She's got a white boyfriend. She's like, I feel so weird about it because it feels like it's something I'm supposed to do.
Right.
Like it's something that's being so forced. It's not even like a normal, natural thing. It's like, oh, look at what I'm doing. Yay.
Right. It's like I don't really have an answer per se, but I do have an example. If you've watched Sticks and Stones stand up by Dave Chappelle, he refers to if the blacks would have had whoever is in charge of the gay movement, they had gotten a lot more shit accomplished. He's like, I don't know what the hell is going on, because you look at the distance they've traveled when it comes to, like, equality and whatnot in comparison. And I think his analogy was because it's all old white men, basically. But regardless of the story, I don't know what it is. They somehow, I don't even know. They've pushed it hard, and then
it is, bro.
They changed like social norms. You can't say certain shit. You can't even. You say somebody like, you have a penis, so I assume you're a he. So if you call it he, be like, I'm a they, or I declare I identify as a so and so. It's just, I don't know. It's muddy in the waters, identity politics, just trying to separate us, put us in smaller and smaller factions until, I don't even know. It's retarded.
Isn't that so weird? Like, I don't 100% know your politics, and I guess you don't really know mine, but I think we align, pretty closely conservatively. And isn't it so strange that, like, the people who identify more left-leaning will say, like, the most divisive, like, just crazy as shit, and then call you a racist? They're like, no, you racist cracker. I'm like, a racist cracker? I didn't even say anything racial at all. You're the one doing it. What are you talking about?
Exactly.
What?
They'll bring up race. You'll like make up a valid point. But, it's because I'm black. We're like, no, I never said this.
Yeah, exactly, bro.
But that's their defense, because they're literally, they worship their politicians who solely run on identity politics, to where, like, oh shit, they literally do hate us. Like, racism is crazy. But yeah, I don't understand how they don't see it. I'm like, are you tripping right now? Like, I see you kind of comment when I don't know how they pop in my feed, but they always pop in my feed. You see where I kind of get in those debates with those people?
Yeah, for sure, bro.
You know who I'm talking about.
Oh, yeah.
That guy.
It's like that one guy, and I was messing with him. I'm like, you don't even know how to spell your own name, bro. Why am I talking to you?
Yeah, I'm like, dude, how are you're calling him a piece of a piece of shit, and like all this evil shit. And you're like, he is such a piece of shit. I hope he gets dick cancer, and I hope his wife dies. He's such an evil person. I'm like, Jesus, did you just see what you just said? But yeah, I don't. Are you not self-aware? That's just blows my mind.
Bro. It's insane. I live in Montgomery, and it's like people don't want to listen to it. It's like, I live in the cradle of the civil rights movement. Okay, where I live right outside of Montgomery. I live closer to a town called Lounsboro. I don't know if you're familiar, but I live out in the country. And like the black people, the white people, the Hispanic, Mexican, whatever you want to call them, we all have land. We ride horses. Like everybody, farms, gardens, whatever. But it's like when you go to Montgomery, it's like I get called white something constantly. White bitch, white boy, white fucker, whatever it is. And I'm like, awesome. I never hear anyone say anything negative toward black people in that. You know what I mean? Like I've heard people say, oh, stupid black bastard, shit like that, but never to someone. You get what I'm saying?
Yep.
Like as a descriptor, but not directly to them. But all the time it's like fucking cracker. I'm like, what?
Yeah.
How am I the racist?
Exactly. That leads to the next question. Can minorities be racist?
Oh, absolutely, bro.
Exactly. But wouldn't that be reverse racism? Because I honestly think reverse racism is worse than racism in America.
I don't even think that's a real thing. The term reverse racism.
Reverse racism is basically pulling the race card and saying that you're doing this because you're racist, or just like basically just throwing racists out. That's their scapegoat.
Oh, okay. I see the way you're explaining it. I see what you're saying, but the way I always hear it is it's reverse racism. It's not real. People can't be racist against white people. Reverse racism isn't real.
Yeah, that's kind of where
racism is racism.
Right. I think my definition is a more broad description.
Yeah, I get what you're saying, bro. I get what you're saying.
You see what I'm saying? Where that's just their scapegoat. They're like, oh, it's because you're racist. No, like what? There's no factual evidence that says that Trump's racist. No.
Exactly. It's like, well, why do you think he's racist? Well, look at all the shit he says. I'm like, well,
what shit?
Can you tell me anything? He said Mexicans were racist and rapists. I'm sorry, bro. I'm like, when did he say that?
CNN said that.
Well, whatever
he said illegal immigrants. Quit copy pasting everything you hear from CNN, bro.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, my thing is I like black people, white people, man. I don't care. As long as you're not a dickhead, I don't care. And it's like my wife and I were talking about, it's like, look back, black people nowadays, it's like they're being told, you've never been represented. What were some of the biggest shows when we were growing up, bro? The Fresh Prince, the Cosbys, the Wayans brothers, Good Times, all that shit.
Exactly.
Man. Family Matters. Steve Urkel. Who didn't quote Steve Urkel, bro? Did I do that? You know what I mean? Like, it's fucking crazy, bro.
Yep. That's why I love when you see the media people, which is obviously owned by one party, they go and interview, say, Lil Wayne, for example, where they go interview him and ask this racy, baity type question.
They're looking for that one soundbite.
Anticipating him to say one thing, and he goes, no, I'm a black man in America, and I'm worth X amount of million, and I've gone quadruple platinum. I think it was a question about white privilege. He's like, you are what you make it. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's my view in life. Like, yes, obviously, I think just out of like how you carry yourself, and that could change due to your upbringing, regardless white color, white, black, green, blue. If your parents, if you grew up in a broken home with, you know, say you have drug addicts as parents or something, just rough, you don't have a lot of money, and you come with raggedy clothes, and you walk past somebody, that person's going to look at you a certain way. Say you're the exact same person, and you go and you have a nice button-up and slacks. You're the exact same person. You just have button-up slacks. They're going to look at you the totally different way. You're the same person.
Bro, it's like we grew up in Chelsea, Alabama. We had super rich people and super fucking broke people. I was kind of, you know, not super rich, not super broke. I was somewhere in the middle. But now I'm 31 years old. I own a home. I've got land. I've got 2 kids. I've got a wife. And it's like I argue with people constantly that I went to school with who tell me, hey, man, this system is set up so we can't do anything. I'm like, well, I'm fucking doing something. I came from essentially nothing. Like, my parents were pretty broke growing up. Like, they didn't have a whole lot.
Yeah.
And it's like, it's so fucking weird to me, bro. It's like, just go out and do something. Go work. People are like, damn, you got nice sunglasses and nice boots, man. What is that? Well, how did you do that? I'm like, I fucking work all the time. What do you mean?
I made
work
money
all the time. Right?
Yeah. No,
crazy, bro.
If anyone, like, my view, and I've actually talked, Jose, rest in peace. You know, he's an African-American comedian. And I brought up this. It's a testy subject. It was police brutality, stuff like that. And like, my view is, if they really want to change, then you want to change the societal structure and societal norms of that community. Because, for example, funny comic. He's been on the show. I went and watched his stand-up, right? And in this narrative, he pushed it and it fit. But he was talking about how he's from a bad neighborhood. He's like, a type of neighborhood where you white. He pointed to white audience members. He said, you white folks would take the detour around, you know, because you might not make it out, right? He knows that. Everyone knows it. So it's not a safe neighborhood. Safe to say? Okay, so say you're a police officer in that said neighborhood. Would you be a little bit more on edge, say, if you were in Mountain Brook? Rather than Mountain Brook? And people are like, oh, it's racism. No. They're just as aware of how bad of a neighborhood that is.
Bro, let me tell you this. This is kind of similar to what you're saying. It's like I told this dude who told me I was racist at work because I said I didn't want to go to a place called King Hill here in Montgomery, which is a notorious, it's like the Inslee. What Inslee is to Birmingham, that's what King Hill kind of is to Montgomery. And I'm like, what is the first thing when people who live in those areas, what do when they get money? They move the fuck away. The goal is to move out of the hood. Nobody wants to be there. How is it racist to not want to go there? The people who are there don't even want to be there. Right. So, I mean, how is that racist?
Right. And then people talk about it. Like, what do you see when you see when they're talking about African Americans getting weed charges and stuff like that? And what's their primary excuse? Oh, I had to feed my family. It's the only way to do it. No, it's not. Look, in my head, once again, my upbringing's different. I'm not saying I'm any better than you. I'm just saying dealing marijuana, dealing crack, dealing coke, dealing drugs would have never even popped into my head.
Bro, absolutely.
That is not an option to me. That never would have even been an option. Maybe having to go to a trade school, maybe getting just settled, bucker and just sucking it up and getting like a construction job. If I needed to make money, I would have had to work my ass off to get money, but I would have had to find a way to make a career.
Exactly.
Being a criminal isn't an option.
Let me give you a little anecdotal thing. Like I said, we live in Montgomery. My wife is a manager for Bath and Body Works. I'm sure you're familiar. And one of their things is they cannot say anything to a shoplifter.
Oh yeah, that's a new policy nationwide, basically.
Yeah, it's fucking insane, bro. It's insanity. But it's like these girls, they're all black girls, obviously, and they steal incredible amounts of merchandise. Incredible amounts, bro. Like they come in there and a basket at one of their stores can handle, I think, 16 candles is what that one basket can hold. They fill it up with 16 candles and they walk the fuck out. Nobody says anything to them. And then they get on social media and they're like, oh, yeah, I hit me a lick, baby. I steal. That's what I do, baby. Yeah, I steal. And then you're like, wow, you're a fucking piece of ghetto trash. Oh, fuck you, you racist.
Racist.
Like,
you're saying we're all ghetto trash
it.
just because I'm black, I'm ghetto trash? No. I'm calling them.
Bro, you're garbage. You're a piece of shit. Like,
yeah.
You're stealing and bragging about it.
If I see a white trash piece of shit doing the exact same thing, I'd say, hey, you're a piece of shit.
Exactly. I'll be like, wow, look at that white trash trailer park face motherfucker.
Exactly.
Like, look at him at trailer park.
I joke around and say,
like,
exactly. I joke around and say, I'm not racist. I hate everyone equally.
Exactly. It's like you're a fucking thief and you're bragging about it to look a certain way. But then when someone points out that certain way to you, oh, hell no, cracker, you racist as hell. Like, what
basically,
the fuck? You're being a ghetto piece of shit. Like, that's what you're doing.
Check your privilege, dude.
I know, I need to.
You're over here mansplaining and you're privileging it up.
It's just wild, bro. Society has become something that I don't really even recognize anymore. Like, you can't even say what you want to say. Like, I had a guy today, the first time in my life, swear to God, true story. First time in my life, I had a person wish me. He says, I hope you have a terrible day. I'm like, who the fuck even says that, bro?
Thanks, man.
Like, what? Yeah, I said, all right, well, I hope you have a great day. Like, what the fuck do you even say in response to that? Like, who is such a piece of shit they say that to you?
I've done
it. Crazy, bro.
I've done it. I don't know why I like to make people awkward. I was walking in Walmart and literally got the yellow vest guy that always stands there. He's like, hey, how are you? I was like, terrible. I'm having a terrible day. Like, as I'm passing. Because, you know, basically the reason I did it is because I realized that people say that and they just anticipate, you know, usually it's just like words just spew out of your mouth. You're like, oh, hey, how are you? Fine.
Yeah.
Hey, what's going on? Fine. How are you? You know, the exact same response. Blah, blah.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
You could have just witnessed your dog get murdered and you'd be like, oh, I'm fine. How are you? You know, it just comes out. So I was just like, you know, fuck that. I'm just going to change it up. And I could tell he was doing that because he was just, we're passing. I was like, and I see him and he stops after I say it and he's like, I'm sorry. Just keep going.
Oh, no, this dude said to me, though, bro.
I know, I get it.
I hope you have a terrible day.
What did you do to him?
Like, what the fuck?
You took the last pack of toilet paper at Walmart, didn't you?
Nah, I don't even wipe my ass, bro. That's like 2004 shit there.
Respect.
2020, bro.
You're natural,
get a dog, bro. Buy a dog.
That's genius, dude. They do like
but
peanut butter.
It's just so crazy, man. Like, could you? I mean, once I'm not dragging race into it. I'm just going to explain the situation. It was like a 70-year-old black dude, and I work at. I've been with Publix for years now. A pretty big gig, and there we have a machine. And once the machine is doing what the machine does, you have to wait a minute. Like, I can't make it do anything else. And I said, hey, I'll help you out in just a second, bro. And he says, okay. And he says, 20 seconds later, he goes, oh, so I guess you just don't have to help me then. I guess, you know, you're going to do that instead. I'm like, all right, I told you it was going to be a second. And he says, oh, you know what? Never mind. And I said, oh, well, I can help you, but it's still going to be a minute before we can finalize all this. And he says, never mind. I'm just going to leave. All right. You know what? Fuck this. No, I'm gone. And I said, all right, have a great day. He says, I hope you have a terrible day. What the fuck, bro? Like, what is going on in your life, man?
You should have just talked to him. Yeah. I try to take a step back. I'm like, man, I like to think in my mind, like what justifies a man being that miserable in the morning? I'm like, maybe
that's what I'm saying.
Maybe he has a wife that like abuses his cock or like cock holds him all the time, handcuffs him and fucks his brother or something. And then I feel better. One, I get a funny little story out of it. Two, it makes me aware. I'm like, okay, maybe this guy's got more going on than that's how I don't strangle people in 280 in traffic. Man,
Well, it's like I told my coworker. I'm like, 15 years ago, I would have followed his ass out to the parking lot and said, all right, let's have a terrible day. Let's make this day terrible.
All right, let's
today, I'm
let's
just
answer
like,
this. The fact you
what
don't
the
do
fuck
it,
just happened.
the fact you don't go do that, is that white privilege, or are you a responsible adult and know that there's consequences to pay and you have children and a wife to take care of?
Bro, I'm going to be honest with you. You ask anybody who knew Nathan Hopkins in high school, it is definitely I have grown up and matured. That is 100% the answer.
Oh.
Like, no kidding.
Yeah,
no bullshit. Like, fuck that guy, but it's not really worth it at this point in life. Whatever. Fuck him.
That's the moral. That's the point I'm trying to say. Especially when we go back to saying I had to feed my kids by selling drugs.
Yeah, right.
That's like stealing from your employer. Like, what are you going to steal from them? A couple $100? Is that worth losing?
All right.
X amount of paychecks going forward? What's the payout here? You'll make more than that in one day if you'd just not done that.
Bro, let me piggyback off that. Piggyback off that for a second. It's like these people, like I said, I'm with Publix, and, it's a grocery chain. When income tax hits, these fucking idiots call out for 2 weeks at a time. For real. Like, they really do this. And it's like, I talked to somebody today. They're
that is a thing.
Yeah, it's like, fuck giving corporations money. We need to give every adult in America $2,000 every 2 weeks until this is over. I'm like, fucking why, bro? This is a stimulus package, not a welfare plan.
This is to make up for what you've lost so far.
Exactly. And these people, they don't even come to work when they get an income tax of $5,000, however much they get. They don't even come to work anymore. What do you think is going to happen when they start making $2,000 every 2 weeks? They're not going to work. Shit, what's going to happen then? Oh, it's going to make places pay better wages. No, the fuck it's not, because then milk is going to start costing $10 a gallon. Okay, because you got to pay these people to make it incentive enough for them to come to work when they're making $50,000 a year just for being an adult, just for breathing.
Exactly.
Okay, and then so what's even the fucking point at that point? Just leave it how it is and just keep fucking chugging. Like, why? It's so stupid, bro. Because if everything inflates around that 2,000 every 2 weeks,
you're the exact same spot.
What's the fucking point? Exactly, bro. It makes it so stupid. Okay,
because it looks good, you can get votes.
Hey, yeah, and milk is fucking 15 a gallon now. So good job, bro. I guess you accomplished something. Like, what?
Because big banks like a dumb populace in order to just fuck with them.
It's like I told one of the associates at work. It's like, why does Bill Gates having 60 billion, however many billion he has, how do you think if he didn't have that, you would have more money? Bitch, you can't even fry chicken effectively for $13 an hour.
Exactly.
Like, you're too fucking dumb to even do your job as is. It's like, I could be bluntly honest with you. I do not have the brain to be a billionaire. I couldn't do it. I'm horrible with money. It's like today, I'll Facebook message you a picture. I might post in the comments. I spent $50 on beer. I just bought a fucking whole thing of beer.
Yeah, I know.
Like,
I started adding up my gas station expenses, like just energy drinks and dip, and I'm like, oh shit.
Like, I do not have that brain. It's like people laugh at these millionaires who wash their dishes in a hot tub. It's like, well, that's how they're a fucking millionaire.
Yeah.
You know how expensive water is? Think about it. You pay, $50 to $60 a month for water. That's $600 a year. What the fuck do you think? It fucking adds up. But, it's just crazy to me that so many people have that mentality that you have it, and because you have it, I don't have it. It's like, no, bitch, I work for what I have.
And it's all about mindset.
I'm not going to name them. But I got two buddies I went to high school with who don't have shit. And they always post shit about, the wealth needs to be redistributed. It's like, why? You can't even get a job and make a little bit of money. No. It's like, okay, I'm just going to be honest with you. Like you said about Trump earlier, he's a type A. He's an asshole. He's a fucking prick. So what? Who cares?
Most CEOs are.
Yeah, exactly. If we all went on a level playing field, guess what? That motherfucker's going to be the richest again.
Yeah.
He's just going to build up. It's just going to happen.
As dumb as y'all say he is, as dumb as the left say he is, he is tested at a top 6 percentile in IQ. He's not dumb. He knows what he's doing. They say, well,
see, that's what I don't get. That's what I don't get, bro. Is he a dumb piece of shit, or is he a super genius that is playing everyone? Like, that's both of what they say.
The 4D chess?
It's fucking crazy.
It's based off their narrative. I see what you're saying. No, they changed their narrative. They use the same argument, but they changed the narrative.
Yeah.
He's dumb as shit.
It's like,
oh,
is
he knows what he's
dumb?
doing. He knows what he's doing.
No. I mean, like it's like they say that he's an idiot. He's too fucking dumb to be president. Then they also say on the same hand that he's, he's playing you all. He's coordinating with Russia and blah. It's like, so is he a fucking evil genius or is he a dipshit?
Right.
Stick with one of them, bro. What are you talking about? Like, is he a genius?
We're talking about handling the
wall?
economy. He's a dumbass.
Right.
A guy who went
And
bankrupt
what
6 times. No, he went bankrupt for loopholes. That was the best option for that opportunity.
But my thing is even if he went bankrupt, they're like, oh, he had 12 failed businesses. Okay, how many successful businesses have you had? 12 out of what?
Exactly.
12 out of what? Can you tell me how many successful ones he had? No, because you're focusing on the 12 failed. 12 out of what? Like, what the fuck are you talking about, bro? Like, the dude, okay, he's a piece of shit. He's an asshole. He's a dickhead, whatever. But what has he done bad for the country? Like that meme says, it says, instead of talking about what you hate about Trump, can you tell me what you like about the Democratic Party?
Yeah.
You never hear anybody talking about what's good about the Democrats. You say, oh, fuck Trump. He said Mexicans are bad, so Orange Man bad. Fuck him.
I wish
what?
I wish you would have seen my latest comment debate I had with the same group of people. That was exactly my narrative because it was another negative thing towards Trump. And I said,
crazy.
And I said, what did I say? Basically, I said, I got to read it. Hold my beer. I sound like Joe Biden right now. Hold on.
Why did I stop? Who stopped? What's going on?
No, my time's up. Your turn. Hold on, let me get there.
I got you, bro. Go ahead.
2 days ago. Oh, I'm way off. There it is right here. All right. Load more comments. Is this all of them? This is all of them. Okay, here. Yeah, a valid question. Okay, basically it's saying the buck never stops here, and it's Trump. It's like a satirical comic, and it's like it's Obama's fault, and it shows him at his desk. Okay, so I type in a valid question to ask yourself, and anyone else for that matter, is if Trump would have handled any situation exactly how you would, how you wanted to, and you agreed with it wholeheartedly. Would you agree with his efforts or even post positive things about him? I was like, and if your immediate thought was Trump would never or has never, then your opinion frankly doesn't matter. You're another narrow-minded sheep blinded by this flawed two-party system that consists of two evils, and neither of them could care less about you or me other than once every 4 years.
Mm-hmm.
That sums it up. And then I follow.
It does, bro.
It's that simple. Then I follow it up with all I see are just negative stories that are spun so far out of context on both sides, but I never see someone voicing for a change and or a solution. No one researches the pure corruption that's going on, while constantly posting things about the wrongdoing of one person while openly backing a political figure that is as corrupt or more corrupt than the person they're talking about.
Bro, look at it like this. It's like people say, what is he in? He's almost in year 4. He's in 3 years. They're like, oh, he's responsible for everything that's wrong in America. I'm like, bitch, you've been in government for 40 years. Like, how is someone who's been here 3 years responsible for everything?
Right?
It's crazy, bro. Crazy.
It just blows my mind. It's just like,
well, it's like Trump said to that one woman. He said, do what?
Go ahead. Keep going.
Oh, I was going to say, if you saw that interview, she's like, you're not responding quick enough. He's like, we shut down travel from China weeks before anybody else, and your network called me a racist.
Yup.
Now everybody else is doing it.
Yup. And it blows my mind.
What the fuck are you talking about?
The same people I was talking to.
What the fuck are you talking about?
The same people in this.
I swear that's what he wanted
thread.
to say. He said he wanted to say, "What the fuck are you talking about, bitch? What are you talking about? Because I fucking did it, and you called me a racist. What the fuck are you talking about?"
Dude, he's gonna snap, dude. These same people in this comment thread, they posted something earlier in the week talking about this incompetent president talking about China virus. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? The media, like, not years ago, like sometimes, like last week was calling it the Chinese coronavirus. I mean, are you that delusional? Like the same.
You remember what it started out as? The Wuhan virus. That's what everybody was fucking calling it in the beginning. Wuhan. Where's Wuhan? Fucking China. He's not naming it that officially, but they're sitting there saying that it was American soldiers in China who started it. He's like, no, it's a Chinese virus. It came from like China. It didn't come from us. Fuck you. Shut the fuck up. Like, that's all it is. And they're trying to, he's racist.
I'm not too far off to say maybe we did.
No, I'm just saying, though, that's his logic behind it. He's not blaming anyone. He's just saying, fuck you.
Oh, yeah, totally. But
my take on it is, personally, I'm not a big conspiracy nut. I love conspiracy theories. I'm not going to lie. I love delving into them. I like, exploring them from every angle.
I'm the same way.
Just like you do. Yeah, we've talked a little bit about it before in your other podcast. But something's got to be up, bro, because this shit's too wild. It's like suddenly from absolutely nothing to shelter-in-place orders and the National Guard possibly being mobilized. Like, it's either, like I said, I'm not a conspiracy theorist, so I hate to even say it like this, but like something really fucked up is going on, or something is much, much worse than what they're letting on. I don't really know, bro. It's really weird. I don't really have a specific stance on it, but something's not right.
Something's like I said, the CEO stepping down is just like that one peg.
Yeah,
like,
what
why?
the fuck?
How?
It's so weird,
How
bro.
do they know?
So weird. And then the dude from Harvard getting arrested. Like, what the fuck?
Oh, yeah,
it's just real weird, man.
There's a lot of
real
shit.
Weird.
A lot of shit. And there's
it could all be coincidental, but
I doubt it. At what point? Then you get into the people defending Hillary. Oh, it's just coincidence.
Ah, fuck Hillary.
Like what? 40? We're at like 60 people on our body counts that died of like gruesome deaths,
bro.
How many coincidences?
Bro,
you
it's
get?
like, right? What was it in the 90s? I don't even remember his name, but dude with 2 bullet holes, or it was a woman, or it was someone with 2 bullet holes in the back of their head. Suicide. Officer Doofy reporting.
It was the day before he was testifying in the Iron Contra deal. And the Iron Contra deal is basically, have you seen American Made with Tom Cruise?
Oh yeah.
Where he was flying.
Oh, I know what it is. Oh,
I'm kind of just.
Oh yeah.
I'm pretending like you don't know, so I can tell everybody it doesn't.
Oh, okay. Well,
so
teach me. Explain like I'm 5.
So basically, this is when Bill was governor of Arkansas. And rumor has it there was a bunch of shady shit. But rumor has it.
Yeah, all that meth dealing and shit. Yeah, crazy shit. If you really read into it, it's crazy.
And Rick Ross, the rapper, he got his name from
the real highway.
Rick
whatever
Ross,
they held him,
which ran crack for the CIA. Well, he got arrested and got his law degree in jail and ended up defending himself and winning a case against them, and he's free now. So that's the conspiracies I get. Conspiracy theories, I guess, technically, I don't like to jump on. The conspiracy, I like to call them conspiracy facts because they have documented proof and this shit happened. People are like, oh, you're just a tinfoil hat conspiracy theorist. I'm like, no, the fuck I'm not. Like, look, this happened. And they're still so just, I don't even know, maybe just want to be in like the ignorant bliss, like, oh, our government wouldn't do that. No, they have. They have done it and they will do it. Like, I posted on my story the other day, we was talking about the opioid crisis. One, the fact that it's here. Let's see, after pre 9/11, which is 2001, the output of opium and opioids or heroin out of Afghanistan was at an all-time low. Taliban kind of gave up on it. It's safe to say we've been in complete control of Afghanistan since 2001.
Oh, bro,
it's all up to like 93% of the world's heroin comes out of Afghanistan. And then you got Geraldo Rivera, the dude with the mustache, interviewing soldiers that are guarding poppy fields. And like, well, if we don't do it, then they're going to use it to fund their work. Why don't you burn the motherfucker down? Why got to guard it?
All right.
It's just
like you say, conspiracy facts, bro. Conspiracy facts. I like that term. I'm gonna steal it just so you know.
Do it.
Don't call the police.
That's what I jump on. I jump on, man, and I apparently I'm contagious. People hang out with me.
There you go.
They take the pill.
You're the ALP-19.
Yeah, I just spread that shit. But mainly, I don't like to push narratives. What's one reason why I never have theories, which makes me not popular in the conspiracy world because I don't have a theory of my own.
Yeah,
I bring up facts. I say this is what happened. This is what they say, and I let you do what you will with it. You know, you make up your mind,
bro. Speaking on conspiracies, one of the wildest, craziest conspiracies, I think I mentioned it in one of your old podcasts about a year ago or so, the mattress firm conspiracy. Have you ever heard that one?
Nuh-uh. Someone brought that up not too long ago. What is that?
That is the weirdest shit, bro. It's like, how many mattress stores do you see every day? They're everywhere. They're on like corners everywhere. There are some places where a mattress firm is on a corner directly across the corner from another mattress firm. And how many fucking people do you see in a mattress store ever? Go into a mattress store tomorrow. I challenge you. You'll be the only one there.
What's the theory?
That they're money laundering and they're fronts and they're not real. They don't exist. Like a mattress store is not a real store. It's just a money laundering thing, which I can completely agree with because, like I said, go into a fucking mattress store. There's never anyone there. It's so fucking weird.
That is a good point.
It's so weird.
Because
It's so weird.
when you see
Like I said,
restaurants
I'm
that just
not big
a
on it, but
revolving
you can
door.
go there.
Like you see,
Yeah.
and then you see a mattress store that's been there for fucking ever, right next to another mattress
Yeah,
store.
but go in there. No matter when you go in there. Go in there tomorrow. Go in there next Wednesday. Go in there next Thursday. It'll be fucking empty. You'll be the only one in there. Why the fuck is it open?
Or they'll have some nasty
You see
motherfucker
businesses
jumping on all
closing?
the beds. One of the two.
Yeah, but you'll see restaurants and shit closing in the same shopping centers because they can't afford the rent because nobody's coming there. But the fucking mattress store is always open. It's just weird, bro. Like I said, I'm not too big into it, but that's something you could actually do. I mean, I've bed shopped before. I went to that fucking Beds Express or whatever the hell it's called in Pelham over off of 31. I mean, I buy mattresses, whatever. But it's just whenever you go in them, they're fucking empty. You're the only one there. It's just weird. I don't know.
Dude, I always said this, and I'll let you go after this, but I always said this. It's completely fucked up, but the best front for like a fucking Breaking Bad situation is a church.
Mm-hmm. All right.
Dude, like a church would be like a perfect front for like this big drug cartel. All their money is donations. They don't have to file taxes. Just sell meth out of a church.
Do you play video games at all?
If I have, now I'm all this social distancing bullshit.
I was gonna say Far Cry 5. Look into that shit. That shit's hilarious. It's like one of those doomsday religious cult. It's fucking hilarious, bro. You gotta check it out. It's like the same kind of thing of what you're talking about now. Fucking hilarious,
dude.
But
I've been down some rabbit holes, and if anybody wants to look into this, search these.
What is it?
4 things: adrenochrome.
Oh, dude, yes.
Adrenochrome, spirit cookings, John Podesta emails, Pizzagate.
I'm not trying to stay on here too long because I got to go do shit too. It's like 10 o'clock at night. I don't even know what time
I
it is.
know.
But
I was
John
about to wrap it up
Podesta
before you
and
got on here,
Chester-
but we got in some good shit.
Chester Bennington. Have you seen that weird conspiracy theory?
Hold on. Chester,
They have like a 90, the Linkin Park singer, they have like a 98% facial match. And if you look at them, it's fucking insane. It does, you can't process it just hearing it. But when you look, yeah, but also, if you look into it, apparently, like I said, it's all conspiracy theory, but it makes sense. I haven't looked too deep into it, but apparently he and Chris Cornell, because, they were big buddies, they were, and also Paul Walker, I read, was in on kind of the same situation, but not with them, busting pedophile rings. And if you look at fucking Chester Bennington, look at him, like Google John Podesta, Chester Bennington, and look at them side by side, bro. They were like twins. And people are saying that like it was his dad. He was birthed of some kind of, like bullshit ass child break. I don't know. But it's just really, it's really weird to read into, man. That's why I hate it so much, because I don't want to believe it, but all the shit is there. You know what I mean? It's so crazy. The craziest shit is normally what has the most evidence to back it up. I don't know.
I will look into it.
Yeah, you got to check into that. And then next time
they
I'm
do
going to call
look
your
like
ass again.
freaking clones.
Yeah, bro, it's crazy. And they say that if you run it through a facial recognition thing, they have a 98% match, and that only happens between father and son.
Huh.
Like if you ran your face beside someone who looks similar to you, that you could be like, oh yeah, you look pretty similar, you wouldn't get a 98% match. It's fucking weird, bro. I don't know. But yeah, like I said, I know you messaged me your number like twice to call this shit in now, so I'm probably gonna have to call it in again next time. But
do it, because I
it's
keep
getting a
having
little
people
late for me.
bail on me, so why not? I got to get used to being up here by myself. I hate it, but it is what it is.
Bro, I can't. If I lived in Birmingham, I'd come chill, but it's far from me, and I work all the damn time. They work me to death.
Same. Well, hey, man, thanks.
Like I said, I got 2 kids and a wife and a property to maintain, so I got to work, bro.
Got to make that money, man.
But anyway, well, it's been fun, and man, we'll have to talk about some more crazy shit next time.
I got plenty of it, man. Appreciate it, dude. Have a good
You
one.
too, bro. Hey, you too, bro. Have a good night.
All right,
Bye.
you too. That was one of my OG fans. That's the first time I ever heard his voice. All I know is he always comments and he's always listening. Appreciate it. All right, so this went a lot longer than I initially planned. We're going on 2 hours and 24 minutes. Thanks for enjoying this shit show of a show. Until next week, guys. See ya.